We have now seen some of the elements that contribute to that out to in path and how we want to change them to create an in to out path. Now let's discuss the setup. So the first thing I'd like you to do is make sure that your lead hand, you have the grip positioned under the heel pad of that hand. So if you take your last 3 fingers off the grip, you should still be able to hold that club in position. If you have it too much through the cup of the hand and you try to do the same thing, it would simply fall out. So you want to make sure the heel pad of the hand is on top of the grip. From there, if we start from the ground, I want you to set up with the toes turned slightly outwards. The ball position would be forwards, but as we've seen, not excessively forwards, but we'd be starting to hit on the out to in portion of the circle. So a good reference point here would be to take your ball position not in relation to the stance like is so commonly taught, but in relation to your lead shoulder. And the reason I say this is that the stance, according to your width of stance, the same ball position could be in fact very different. And when we make the golf swing, the primary lever is the left arm club. So we are in fact swinging around this lead shoulder. So technically the lowest point of your swing should occur somewhat underneath that lead shoulder. So we have the toes out, knees slightly out, have the left arm club form a straight line, and from there we would make sure that we shuffle our hips slightly to the right of target. So make sure that your weight is forwards. And again, I would say there's no real amount that is correct or incorrect, it is simply the principle. The more your weight is forwards, the more potential ability you will have to make an in to out swing path. So if you're struggling with your in to out swing path, I would even say start your swing with literally 90% to 100% of your weight forwards and swing from that position, because that will start to create that path for you. From this down the line view, make sure you have your feet roughly parallel to your target line. You don't need to turn your feet to the right in order to create this draw shot. So feet parallel to your target line, your handle from this view is also somewhat upwards as well as forwards. And this is going to help create that open face, and the raising of the shaft is going to help create that in to out path. The hips, the shoulders can be aligned slightly to the right. And again, the amount will depend on how easy it is for you to create that in to out path. If you find it really difficult, don't hesitate to have them closed such that they're pointing a long way to the right. Again, this is going to maximize your ability to swing on that in to out path. The right forearm, make sure it is tucked in and under in this position. You don't want a really high forearm when trying to create that in to out path. Make sure it is rolled forwards and under the lead arm, like so.